This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Monday, December 30th. It will be sunny and warm today with a high of 77, clear tonight with a low of 46. Look for a cool down the rest of the week with highs around 20 degrees cooler than today. Here are today's headlines. Jimmy Carter, the one-term president of the post-Watergate era, whose unparalleled peacemaking during a remarkable 40-year post-presidential period earned him the Nobel Peace Prize, died Sunday at his home in Plains, Georgia. He was 100. Propelled from relative obscurity by the scandal that toppled President Richard Nixon, the one-time Georgia peanut farmer and Democratic governor became a global icon and hometown hero in rural Plains, where he continued to teach Sunday school for decades after leaving office. No American president spent more time as a former commander-in-chief, thanks to his longevity and the fact he was ousted when he was just 56. He and former First Lady Rosalind celebrated their 77th wedding anniversary in July 2023. She died 4 months later at age 96. An energy crisis, rising Cold War tensions, inflation, and an Iranian hostage crisis all put a drag on his re-election bid, and he lost in a 1980 landslide to Ronald Reagan. But he became one of the nation's most energetic and successful ex-presidents, traveling the globe to monitor elections in former Latin American dictatorships, champion human rights, sponsor experiments to curb hunger in Africa, and mediate a nuclear truce with the communist regime of North Korea. But historic success came during his presidency, too. In 1979, he helped to broker a peace treaty between longtime enemies Egypt and Israel, the first major Arab-Israeli peace deal. For that and other efforts, in 2002, Carter joined Theodore Roosevelt and Woodrow Wilson as the only American presidents honored with the Nobel Peace Prize, a list that Barack Obama would later join. The Nobel Committee cited the 39th president for his decades of untiring effort to find peaceful solutions to international conflicts, to advance democracy and human rights, and to promote economic and social development. The only Democrat to hold the presidency between 1969 and 1993, the former one-term Georgia governor was a long shot in 1976 to capture the White House. He outlasted a field of better-known Democrats and then edged out Gerald Ford, who became the nation's first unelected president when the Watergate scandal forced Nixon to resign in 1974. Carter won Texas and remains the last Democrat to win the state's presidential vote, carrying 191 of the state's 254 counties. In other news, the Dallas Cowboys lost 41-7 at Philadelphia on Sunday, but that loss will not necessarily determine Mike McCarthy's fate. 5 years of results as the Cowboys head coach tilts the scales more than anything that happens in the final 8 days of the regular season. But what the Eagles did to a Dallas team that had won 4 of its last 5 games on an unseasonably warm afternoon at Lincoln Financial Field did not help. McCarthy is about to finish his 18th season as an NFL head coach, and the loss means the Cowboys at 7-9 cannot finish above 500, which has happened only 4 other times in McCarthy's coaching career. What does McCarthy make of the record with 1 game left in the regular season? Well, he said on Sunday, "Ask me that in 8 days. I'm here to finish the race." Maybe the more pertinent question is, what is the mindset of Jerry Jones? The owner of the Cowboys approaches the decision on McCarthy in much the same way he did the lucrative extensions for Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. Even though he has all the information he needs, Jones is going to take this down to the wire. But to hold McCarthy responsible for a game in which backup quarterback Cooper Rush threw 2 interceptions, including a pick six, and 2 other players lost fumbles while the defense forced none, is not going to happen. The course of the Cowboys' season was undoubtedly altered on November 3rd when Prescott was lost for the season due to injury. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and for the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.